Sometimes we are told to face our fears. Face the fears. And so sometimes we try to be very courageous. But what if I told you that can actually lead to more anxiety? Because maybe one time we are courageous, but afterwards we think like, oh shit, that was too much, and it's just not sustainable. Because when we are trying to face our fears head on, sometimes it may work, but we are still going against something that feels extremely uncomfortable inside of us. And it's not a bad thing, but there is a different way. And so today I actually want to share with you this amazing, very powerful 9-minute morning practice in which you can collapse your anxiety in the morning, the first thing in the morning. And the reason why is this so powerful is because most fears are completely hidden, invisible. We don't even know that they are actually running the show, and they are the reason why we feel low energy, we procrastinate, postpone things, and then feel so bad about it. But the morning practice, it's a little bit of a different cookie. And before I dive in, really, this is so close to my heart. So what we normally do when we feel anxiety, we try to avoid that fear. And it can have so many different ways how we avoid. We engage in so many different activities. But that's not even the worst thing. The worst thing is that when we engage in those activities, those anxieties, they're like movies playing underneath our vision, or they running the show, they running our actions, how we react. When, for example, when I have a fear of being judged, I will never go and do some public speaking. We don't even realize how much we put ourselves in this little box. And that's not even the worst thing. The worst thing is that it takes so much energy to keep us in this little box, avoiding and trying to predict. We overthink a lot. We try to figure it out, what is the best thing to do. It really takes so much energy that we actually don't have energy for ourselves, for self-care, to come up with some brilliant ideas, to really recognize the red flags, the green flags. We completely ignore them because there is just not enough, we just don't have the energy, the brain space for it. All of that is taken by just trying to protect ourselves, and that is not even the worst thing. Yeah, the worst thing, and this is really bad, the worst thing is that we become completely inauthentic. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I just want to show you how important it is to really address anxiety. And if it's done in the morning, it just completely transforms the whole day. And I know that a lot of people just don't even want to think about it. They want to avoid thinking about it. They think it's just going to be so painful, so uncomfortable. It's just easier to ignore it or fight it. And it really, there is nowhere to hide. There's just nowhere to run with this. So what is the worst thing? The worst thing is that we become quite inauthentic, and we don't even know that we are doing it. And by inauthentic, I mean, that means that we may say yes, even though deep inside we really don't want to do it. Or we just say something that we don't mean, or we mean something that we don't say. That's the inauthenticity and the reason why we engaged, and everyone does that. And really it's not your fault, by the way. This is just what the anxiety, what the fear underneath does. It makes us react in a certain way. And the reason why we are inauthentic is because we are actually scared, we are worried that we will lose something or someone that is really important to what we believe is necessary for our survival. And as long as that anxiety is there, it's impossible to be authentic. And I'm not saying this because I've been reading books or studied psychology, even though I have 2 degrees and plenty of diplomas on all kinds of things. This is really from being with my clients and coaching for the past 7 years and going very deep, not only with them, with me as well, going very deep into the inner world of expectations, anxieties, and stories that are hidden. And because they're hidden, we don't address them. We're trying to address all the, the superficial stuff. But nothing really happens in reality. Nothing happens in our life until we start addressing the cause, which is those anxious thoughts that we're trying to avoid, that we try to deny, that we try to hide. And when we address it, it's actually not a big deal. It's like it's only scary when we try to avoid it. So what is so beautiful about doing this 9-minute practice, especially perhaps if you're looking for a morning practice, which is not too time consuming, and maybe meditation didn't work for you because you sit there, you're falling asleep, or you're just finding yourself to rearranging the judgments in your head. What's so beautiful about this, when you erase that fear, and really I'm not talking about overcoming, we are talking about non-duality here. We're talking about erasing. When you erase the fear underneath, suddenly, without trying to motivate yourself, trying to, being courageous, you start taking action in your life. All the things that you always wanted to do, they happen naturally, because it's only those fears that are in the way that keeps us from procrastinating, always putting it until later, we are not ready, and so we live in these inauthentic lives, and then we just feel even more anxious, and then at night we try to just relax, and we don't look at those roots. And once the root is not there, when the cause, the anxiety, what causes it, which is a story, a movie, it's really just a picture that shows us that something bad will happen and it will have a bad consequence for us in the future. When we can inquire into those and collapse them completely into non-existence, because that's how powerful your mind is, it can really do this, then what happens is just this action happens. And really, we overthink. It's a substitute for this action. And by action, I really mean we take the steps that are necessary for our well-being. And so this 9-minute practice is not just some sort of affirmations in the morning or meditations when we are doing some I don't know, hypnosis. This is really a deep inquiry. And I am actually creating an online course right now to explain the basic distinctions that you need for this beautiful practice. So you can just take 9 minutes in the morning after you go through this video course, which is not going to be very long. It can be watched in one night sitting. But then I will also give you the meditations, which is going to be one short, one long, 9 minutes that you can watch every day, listen to every day. And the longer one will be one for the very first time, where I'm going to guide you in a super detail about how to look at your fears as metaphors. So it's fun, it's not scary at all. You will enjoy this process. I know a lot of people just don't want to think about their fears because they believe they will grow. They actually only grow when we don't look at them. It's like a bacteria, like you cover it up with something dark and then like you open it and it's like so gross. So that's what the fears do. They make our lives just a prison. And it's so simple. So yeah, this morning practice, which is 9 minutes long, is specially designed for people who are looking for a spiritual practice or a practice in the morning for anxiety, but also it's for procrastination, so they can be in effortless action. and really have this energy first thing in the morning. It's called first ignition because if you do this first thing in the morning when we wake up, the mind doesn't even have time to start thinking about, oh shit, all these things I have to do. Like, we just think, okay, it's my time for my practice, and it becomes enjoyable because we know that when we do this practice, we discover something that we really had no idea that can be discovered. That's the beauty of inquiry. Inquiry really takes us beyond reason, beyond the mind that tries to solve problems by thinking about it. It just doesn't happen. And I've been working on this for the past 2 years, and I want to make it the best it can be. It's extremely, it's based on so many different traditions. Non-duality, there's a little bit of Advaita Vedanta, a little bit of CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. There's just like a little bit of everything put together, but into this really systematic, simple format. And it's especially for visual people. And if you have anxiety, you're probably a visual person. But often we don't even know what that anxiety is caused by. So that's why we don't know how to address it. And the only thing, we're just looking for relaxation. So this course will teach you exactly how to look for it, how to find it, and how to look at it as a metaphor. And it just starts being so clear. And when it's gone, like, you will not only experience immediate relief from anxiety first thing in the morning, which makes you feel energized because the anxiety is heavy. So when you feel energized, but it will give you also wisdom. It will give you exactly the right seeing to see the red flags, to see the green flags, which normally we completely ignore. And in a similar way, we choose to ignore the green flags because we are just not ready for the great opportunities that are awaiting us. And this is my biggest wish for you, to be able to catch these opportunities and make the most out of your life. And because I'm so committed and so excited about this, I'm also creating a 7-day challenge. This challenge is going to be only for the first 20 people who will enroll in this course. And I really want to create like a very intimate WhatsApp group. You just have to be committed to do this practice every morning for 7 days. And there will be some rewards. I will be giving you some extra prompts. I will be answering your questions. And at this point, it's so important for me, your feedback on this course. So that's why I want to keep it very intimate. But I will be very present there, answering your questions in video calls, in video messages and voice messages, just for this intimate group. And if you already know this is for you, you know there is a link below and you can go and just sign up. Just read more information is on the website. And what it means that you can pre-order this course, it means that I'm going to be working on it for the next 3 weeks. If you don't want to participate in the challenge, that's also okay. You can still go and order or pre-order this course right away, because right now it's on a huge discount. Right now I'm really just looking for your feedback so I can make it the best it can be. And of course you will get the challenge as a free gift from me to do this together, and I'm so excited. You really have no idea. It's because I can't wait to hear about your results that you're going to be experiencing in your life. Just imagine what your life would look like if you completely erase one fear, one little anxiety every day. Can you imagine where would you be in 1 month from now? It's just life-changing. And that's not even the best part. For me personally, the best part is that you make contact with that being, with your true nature, which you truly are, through inquiry, through something that I will guide you personally in that meditation, and will also give you those distinctions to really do this right, to really help you to look for those hidden anxieties that normally we just have no idea they're there. There's so many people who just feel that anxiety and they don't know where it's coming from. And since we don't know where it's coming from, We cannot address them. We can only pacify them, but they just come back. They keep coming back. It's never ending. And just a little disclaimer here. This is really not for someone who has some severe phobias or generalized anxiety disorder. This is basically for people, professionals, or people who are simply looking for going deeper with their meditation practice, or looking for specific systematic meditation inquiry based or any kind of practice in the morning, and are maybe have been already on this self-improvement or spiritual journey for some time, and at the same time they just know there is something more for them in life, and for some reason they just have been procrastinating. So if that's you, then I know that you will definitely benefit from this. And if you try this on, you do the meditation, you watch the videos, you get the resources, you learn how to uncover those anxieties, and you find out that it's just not for you, it doesn't resonate, no problem at all. You can just message me and I will refund you all the money, no question asked. I think that the main point is to make it very stress-free for everybody. So if you feel that this is for you, you would love to try this and perhaps even do the 7-day challenge with me, the Eat Your Anxiety for Breakfast challenge with me, then I would love to see you there. The spots are limited to 20 people, so go ahead and click on the link below this video. That will take you to my website with all the information that you need. And also feel free to ask me any questions here in the comments. I'll be answering all the questions. And if you want to send me a private message, you can also send me a private message with any feedback or questions straight away from the website that's in the link. And so I'm gonna be really looking forward to see you on the other side.